Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a JCPenney mid-1970s microphone that I bought on eBay. Now, I have this Pinto 23 radio that I'm working on, and I needed a microphone for it. It takes a 4-pin, and the cool thing about these old JCPenneys, they take the same microphone. It's like the Cobra 29. So they're a pretty easy microphone to find. But I wanted one that was from around the same time period, same brand. So I picked up this JCPenney for $4 on eBay. Now the seller wanted $8, but I made an offer and got it for $4. He listed it as parts only, and the reason being that he said he had no way of testing it. Well, I'm going to show you how I tested it, but it turns out the microphone's bad, and I think the seller was aware of it because I went back and looked at his listings, and it looks like he separates the microphones from his vintage CBs that he sells, because he had another realistic one, and it listed the microphone as working. So I have a feeling this came from an old radio that he sold and it didn't work. He separated it and put it as parts only. So I feel he was being a little dishonest with me, but I didn't leave a bad review because I couldn't prove that, and he did list it as parts only. Okay, the first thing I did was I tested, I plugged it in, I noticed it didn't work, and when I keyed it, it would receive, and when I would let it go, it would transmit. So I knew the wiring was wrong, and so I went ahead and I took the plug off the end. I checked the wirings, and sure enough, they were backwards. Also, the shield was wired wrong, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to open it up and show you how you test it. But the end cap here was broken on the end. I don't know if you can see it. So it just kind of spins in here. So I'm going to have to order a new plug-in if I decide to try and fix this. But I think it's going to cost me more than the effort's worth. But I still might do it to keep a period microphone here, or just might keep an eye on eBay to see if another one pops up. All right, here we have the cover off the microphone, and I thought I'd show you in here and show you how the microphone works. All right, we have the transmit button here, and if you look on it here, you have a switch with 3 connections. Okay, the first connection, when you don't have the transmit depressed, is you see a black wire here. Now I know that that's going to be my receive, because when it's, of course, when it's not transmitting, it's going to be receiving, and that's where the connection is going to be on the black wire. Now on the middle wire, which is there's a little bar that slides in there, so it's either going to be on receive or it's going to be on transmit. So this wire is always live, and on this one, the white wire, that goes to, if I don't know if you can see here, but that feeds into here, and that's our audio wire. Now the 2 wires on the end here, one of them we have is the ground, and the other one's a red wire, which is, it feeds into the line here, which is our transmit. So if we look at our wires here, we have the shield wire, the ground, the red wire is the transmit, the white wire is the audio, and the black wire is receive. And what you will do is, they were incorrect on mine, so of course I need a new piece if I decide to fix it, since this one's broken. And what you will do is wire them up to the correct position. Now on my JCPenney, since this is similar to a Cobra, and I did go ahead and test the radio to verify this, is I know this is a little slot in here. I know the number 1 is receive. I know the 2 position is transmit. I know the 3 is audio, and I know the 4 is ground. And like I said, on mine, when I bought this, the microphone, the transmit and receive were opposite on it, and also the ground and the audio were opposite. And I really don't know of any radio that has that particular wiring, so I think someone kind of tried to play with it to fix it. But it ended up, what's wrong with this microphone, it wasn't a wiring issue. The issue was the microphone element is dead. So I took my little multimeter here, and I tested the ohms in the microphone element, and it should read around 50, and it was 0. So that shows me that it's dead. So the only way to fix this particular microphone is I'm going to need to order a new 4-pin connection, and I'm going to have to replace the microphone element. And I think that's going to be a lot more money than it's worth to do, because I think I'll keep my eye open for another microphone from a Penny microphone and see if I can go from there. I've looked on eBay for what they've sold for, so you know, they with tax, I'm sorry, with delivery and the selling price, I could probably get one for under $20, a pretty decent one. And to get the parts to fix this is probably going to cost more than that. So I think kind of the lesson I learned, don't be quick to rush on making a purchase on eBay when they list them for parts only. I mean, it's really not hard to test the microphone. And like I said, I think the seller was aware it didn't work. But next time I'll be a little more cautious when I do that. And you know, I'm kind of new to getting back into CBs and fixing them. So I'm learning as I go, and I think I'll be wiser next time on this. All right, I was just getting ready to post the video when in the mail came another CB I had bought. And the CB's pretty beat up condition. I paid $16 for it with delivery charges, so that's not too bad. But one of the reasons I bought it, it had a vintage JCPenney microphone just like the other one I bought. And this one looks really nice, almost new condition, and it works great. I tried it on the radio. But anyway, I was going to show you real quick before I go and finish posting the video. I was going to show you how the connections work so you can check it. All right, so if you look at here, we have the multimeter, and what we're going to do, we have our little chart of the wiring of the microphone, and this is the same for Cobra 29 and I think Uniden microphones, which are still used today. So what we're going to do is, if we hold it up, we can see the shield, or the negative is the pin to the right of the notch. So what we will do is we're going to stick the pin in there. So we have the pin in the right. And let's check the transmission, which is pin number 2. Let's see how it transmits. Okay. So we have the pins in there, and we'll push the mic down, and we'll check over here, do it again, and it should go to 0, which it does. Okay, let's check receive, which is pin number 1. So we'll go ahead over here. This is hard to do, looking through the viewfinder here. All right. So it should go to 0 here. We're pretty darn close. Okay, there it goes. Pretty close. Okay, that's good. And then let's check the audio, which is pin number 3, and that's the one that didn't work on the other microphone. We had 0. We had a 0 reading. And we set it probably, from what I read, should be about 50. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and key the mic and see what we get. And this one works. So 50 is wrong. That's what I didn't read correctly. So we're around 193, which is good. This is good for the microphone, and it shows it works. The audio, that the microphone element works. So I'm happy with this, and that's almost worth paying $16 alone for the microphone. So I have a radio with it that I might play with later and try to restore, but for now I have 2 radios I want to recap and work on. So that's it for sure this time, and click if you like, and I will see you next time. Thank you.